So this is a video I've wanted to do for a while now. A few quick reviews on some of Pixar's more recent animated movies, just to get my thoughts and opinions on them out there, without having to do a full video on any of them. I'm only going so far back as 2016, so no Inside Out, sorry. Might give my thoughts on that at a later time, but not now. And fair warning, there are going to be spoilers in these reviews, you have been warned. Alright, let's get right to it. So first up is Coco. I like this movie. It's a nice little family movie with some great visuals, a good message, and some really fun moments. I could just end this segment right there, but there's more detail I want to go into. I've never actually seen Spirited Away, but I kind of get that vibe from this movie. A young character accidentally enters a mystical world and has to return to their world before it's too late. I'm not calling this a ripoff, just noticing some similarities. I really like how the afterlife looks. Leave it to Disney to make death look fun, but then also leave it to Disney to have death mean waiting in line. You mean to tell me, once I'm dead, I have to wait in line for more stuff? No! That's what I want to get away from when I die. And I'll still have my allergies, f*** that. And also, I have to work, too? Like, who's paying all these workers to do all this? What are they getting paid? Do they get special afterlife privileges for doing all this crap? I know this will go over a lot of people, and especially kids' heads when they watch this movie, but it's something I tend to think of. But anyway, I really like the design look of everything in the afterlife. The colors, the backgrounds, everything about it. If there's one thing Pixar is really good at, it's the background designs. I like the designs of the creatures, they look pretty cool. I didn't think it would matter that much to me, but I really like that they use actual guitar chords unlike other movies that just half-ass it. And I like the characters too. Miguel is a pretty likable enough kid, and I thought Hector would end up being like the Jar Jar of this movie, but I actually ended up liking him. The scene where he sings to the one guy as he permadies was really touching. The great-great-grandma isn't wholly unlikable. You do understand where she's coming from at times, but her stubbornness just tends to get on my nerves. The other characters are just okay. At least the ones I half remember. I also really like the message of the movie. Even though our loved ones are gone, so long as we remember them, in a way, they're still with us even though we can't see them. It's something that really got to me and got me thinking. Okay, now since I praised this movie, time for some negatives. For one, the villain. This is once again another twist villain that everyone can see coming a mile away. Is anyone else starting to feel like these movies are an episode of Scooby-Doo? It was clever the first time, so it most definitely be clever the 50th time we do it right, but like, this one isn't even subtle. Just looking at the picture, then at Ernesto, you can tell it's not him. Ernesto isn't scrawny, and no scrawny person who looks like this can ever go to looking like this. And then there's the songs. I do like some of them, and some of them are really fun, but the problem is, I just can't really remember most of them. Even after watching this movie again, hardly any of the songs really stick with me. And that's a really sad thing to say about a freaking Disney movie. Even Brave, a movie I really don't like, had one memorable song. And of course, there's the ending, which is ripped straight out of Monsters, Inc., but nowhere near as clever with the execution as it was in Monsters, Inc. At least with that one, you couldn't tell what was going to happen. But here, you do. And Ernesto really has no reason to be explaining his plan here. It's just stupid and rushed, and I hate it. And then there's smaller stuff, like what I was talking about earlier, having to wait in line and work in the afterlife. Minor nitpicks, like when Miguel plays the guitar and becomes a spirit, how come the guards don't just see a flowing guitar? Is it invisible until Miguel puts it down? How come one guard doesn't go, oh my god, it just appeared? And there are a bunch of other minor things that really don't matter, but one scene that particularly stuck out to me is the montage after Miguel tells Ernesto he thinks he's his great-great-grandfather. Like, aren't you on a time limit? Does time move differently in the afterlife than it does in the world of the living?
And I need to cross that bridge soon, like tonight.
I guess not. There really just seems to be no sense of time in this movie, which is fine for something like Alice in Wonderland. But for this, a movie where there's a time limit, we don't have time to be screwing around it, and you've got to get home or you're going to be stuck here permanently. So to sum up my thoughts on this movie, I do think it's a good movie and I wouldn't mind watching it again. It's just a movie I probably wouldn't go out of my way to watch. Not because I think it's bad or anything like that, but just because there are other movies I like that I'd rather watch if given the choice.